Welcome back again to Vegas Live with Ninon. I'm Ninon de Pureza. I'm your host for the next 15-20 minutes, however long Maria allows me to interview this incredible gentleman next to me. I can't look at him because he's got the most gorgeous eyes. And his skin, I look at my skin, look at his skin, and there's something wrong somewhere. I don't know what it is, but there's something definitely wrong. But it could be sort of age-wise or something like that. Anyway, I have Josh Edelman with me.
Thank you.
And I always ask, I don't pre-interview my guests, and people get upset when I don't pre-interview them because they want to brag about everything they do, but that is their seat. They can brag about everything. You can say everything you want. This is your show, not mine.
Okay.
I just say hello. Yours not.
I'll try my best not to look in your eyes, but it's kind of tough. So.
It is tough, isn't it? So we'll do it anyway.
And she's making me blush too, so.
We'll do it anyway.
Yeah.
But I understand you're in the Air Force and you're a salsa dancer.
Yes, ma'am.
Well,
that's
these
right.
two don't quite go together, I didn't think.
No,
So what happened?
So it's an interesting story. I guess I can.
This is your platform.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
I'll try to make it as quick as possible.
No, don't make it quick.
No,
I want to
okay.
know. I
Okay.
want to know the whole story, the whole thing.
Okay.
What is it?
So I'm originally from Milford, Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. I'll forgive you for that. That's okay. I
Northeast
thought
part.
it was from England.
Nah.
All right. Okay.
Northeast corner of Pennsylvania, a small town called Milford. And I used to go to a summer camp in Massachusetts, though. And at the summer camp, there were kids from all over the world, and a lot of Spanish-speaking campers.
Mm-hmm.
And I just fell in love with these kids. I made great friends with them, and
Were you all the same age, roughly?
we were, yeah. So we're grouped in our similar ages in the cabin. So I was in a cabin with kids from Spain, Colombia, a mix.
Oh, that's great for a child because then you mix and see other countries or learn about other countries.
Exactly. So I developed a passion for Spanish. I wanted to learn Spanish so I could speak with them because they couldn't speak much English. And so I bought a book when I was 10 years old, and I just started studying Spanish on my own, and I grew up loving the Latin culture. And in my small town of Milford, it's about 90 minutes outside New York City, we had a good amount of Puerto Ricans, too. So some of my friends...
Same type of language?
Exactly. So I would spend time with them, and I developed a love for the Latin culture. The music, the food, the dancing, and I just grew up studying it, and now I speak Spanish fully, 100%. And I speak it daily with my friends. And
my Spanish goes as far as taco. That's as far as I can go with Spanish.
It's a start.
It's a start. Yeah, it's a good start.
Exactly. So from there, I was accepted into the Air Force. So I'm in the military.
Are you still in the military?
I'm still in the military. I'm a captain in the Air Force.
Oh my goodness! But you built yourself up for that, didn't you?
I did. So I went to the Air Force Academy in 2013. I knew I wanted to serve. 9/11 was a big impact on our town and on me and our families, and there in Milford, being close to New York City.
But you were very young then.
I was in first grade. Yep, I remember that day clearly.
Wow.
So that was.
And you kind of made your mind up then.
Exactly. At that point, and then also learning about the military and the Air Force in particular. You could travel everywhere in the Air Force.
You wanted to travel.
I wanted to travel, and I wanted to go to these Spanish-speaking countries too. So I said, "Hey,
what a great way to go!
I can serve, live out my passion being a leader and an officer in the military, and also being able to travel and use my language in Spanish."
What an amazing story this is. You definitely have a story. Always remember one thing: behind every face there is a story, and it's a different one to the one you might think it is behind that face. I would never have thought you were in the Air Force.
Mm-hmm.
So why did you chose the Air Force because you wanted to travel everywhere and do everything? So what has been the great excitement of traveling? Because you've obviously, where have you been?
I've been so many places. I don't even know where to start. Besides a whole bunch of states within the United States, I've been to Colombia, Panama, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Uruguay, Spain.
What do you think of all these places? Traveling, we hear about them, and then you actually are in there, and you're actually living, there for a couple of days or 2 days, or coming back and forth all the time. What's it?
I love all the countries I've visited. Every country is unique, and they have their own culture and their different ways of saying things.
But even in Spanish, don't they?
Even in Spanish.
Yeah.
And
the dialects are totally different.
Exactly. Every country has their own way of saying words, their dialects, and it just makes it very interesting. And the people are different in each country. They have their different customs, and it's just great meeting them. And being in the Air Force, making all these connections all over the world, it's so great having that friendship forever.
Absolutely.
Because when I go back and return, or even when I go on vacation, I have friends everywhere I can reach out to.
So you know, I'm going to be in town or this or that and everything, and they love to see you, obviously. Exactly. So how hard was it when you went into the Air Force? You had to obviously build yourself up. How hard was that? Because obviously you had a goal.
Mm-hmm.
And your goal was to travel and to be that was your goal, to be in many countries as possible.
Exactly.
So how did you do that? Because when you went in, you didn't know anything.
Right. So at the Air Force Academy, we have our structured program for 4 years, and that gets us our degree and then also a commission as an officer. So after our 4 years, we become officers, and we immediately go into
Is
serving.
that automatically you become, after 4 years, you automatically become an officer?
We commissioned a second lieutenant.
Even when you're not qualified, you still become an officer?
Well, you have to graduate, so you have to complete all 4 years.
So you have to complete all 4 years?
Exactly. And pass your classes and all of your training.
And if you don't get there?
Correct. And it's very difficult to get into the academy. There's West Point, you have the Naval Academy, you have the Air Force Academy, and Coast Guard Academy. So all require an appointment by a senator, or congressman, or the vice president, in addition to all of your test scores and all the different requirements.
And so you qualified for all that?
Yes, ma'am, exactly.
Was it a lot of hard work, a lot of study?
It was. The application process was probably the toughest part of the entire thing, trying to get in. I mean, I started junior year doing all of the interviews and the test scores and stuff like that.
And so you will prepare yourself, especially for an interview, you will prepare yourself of what you would say and how you would say it and which is my best advantage to get what I need to get, because you've got a goal.
Exactly.
And it was, so you sort of, did you talk to other people how the interview went and what things happened? And
I did. There was a lot of outreach. I did my research and homework beforehand. I tried to get as much insight from people who were at the academy, from officers in the Air Force. I said, hey, this is my goal. I want to get here. What do I got to do? And they
all helped you
exactly
on that process. They probably liked, because of your tenacity of learning and wanting to get where you needed to get, and you would do anything to get there.
Exactly. And that's what they love. They love the discipline and the drive that I had, the passion to go into the academy.
Absolutely. How long have you been in the Air Force?
I've been in since 2013. That's when I entered the Air Force Academy.
2013.
And I commissioned in 2017.
So it's 8 years.
Exactly.
And how many more years are you going to?
So for me, if I continue my career in the military, 20 years until retirement, I have about 5 years as a commissioned officer. So about 15 more until I hit retirement.
Are you going to do that?
I'm not sure yet. We'll see. I've loved.
You know why? Because we're going to get into the salsa dancing a bit.
So that's the other part of the story.
That's the other part of the story. Not there yet. So you have to, because I know that the retirement is pretty high on what you receive every month.
Correct.
And it can be anything from, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's 4,500 all the way up to like 20,000 or something a month.
Correct, depending on your rank and time and service.
And I'm not kidding you. That's what retirement is. But
it's great. Plus all the benefits, the health care.
I was going to say, you get all those benefits, health care, and everything else.
Exactly.
And then I think you might not know this, but if you've been in the Air Force and you're married and you've retired and you're divorced, half your pay has to go to the wife. I don't know if you know that.
I'm not sure. I'm not married,
not married. But I think that's what it is. So, but that's what it is. Yeah. So the wife always gets half, apparently. So that's why you never see anybody in the Air Force or colonels or anybody like this, lieutenants. They never divorce because they don't want to give half up. It's just a little trivia thing out there that I found out about.
I'll keep that in mind.
Keep that in mind. I remember I was on that show with, I forget her name, but she told me something about. So make sure you love her.
Exactly.
Okay, stay with her. Okay, so that is your goal.
Correct.
Maybe.
So
maybe.
In the Air Force, I have 1 more year left on my contract. So when we commission, depending on the career field we go into,
when you say commission, means signed up for?
Become an officer.
So, officer.
So we put on our rank. We're officers now. So that is considered your commission.
Yes.
Versus a traditional enlisted member who signs up to join an
10
officer.
years, 5 years, 4 years.
Exactly. We're commissioned officers. And so I owed a 5-year commitment after graduating from the academy because I received my degree. That's paid for by the Air Force.
By the Air Force, so you had to stay there 5 years for that. Yes. And a lot of people do that, though, don't they? To get their degree in the academy and everything, they go into one of the military things, which is a great idea. Anybody out there can go in, and it's not free because you have to do that time.
Right.
But I think it's pretty tough, but it doesn't cost you anything.
Right.
And you get paid every month or probably minimal wage.
Twice a month. Yep.
Twice a month.
Yep.
So we've learned a lot about the Air Force, about the forces, because they're not as easy as everybody thinks they are they? Was it easy for you?
No. The academy was very tough, and then since then I've been very grateful for everything I've done in the Air Force and the travel opportunities, as I was saying. The people I've met and the people I've worked with and the places I've been to, it's been an incredible journey so far.
Was it what you thought it would be?
It's been more. It's been more.
They gave more.
Yeah.
They gave more to you. But it's what you put in, like anything.
Exactly. I've always been the positive, optimistic person. So whatever situation comes up, I've always made the best out of it. Whether it's I've been to Afghanistan or not the best of places, I've always had a great time with the people I've been with, and that's what has made the journey so special.
Now, Josh is not exactly wearing a Air Force uniform, so I presume what he's wearing is more on the salsa side.
Correct.
It looks more of the dancing and salsa thing going on. So let's change tracks.
Okay. Yep.
Or change Air Forces. I don't know what we're doing, but we're going to be da 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 da.
So it does connect to the Air Force a bit.
Oh, it does.
So
Oh,
I was
cool.
in Panama in 2015 with the Air Force.
Okay.
And I was there for a language course. We were there to train in Spanish. And we went out one night to take a salsa class. It was me and a couple other folks, and it was more of a joke, like, hey, let's go do a salsa class. I had no expectation, but I enjoyed it. And I was like, man, this is fun. And we went out that night to a salsa club in Panama City, and I saw everyone dancing. I saw beautiful women everywhere.
You saw the beautiful women
The
first.
beautiful women, yeah.
Why not?
I saw everybody dancing. I said, wow, this is different than a normal nightclub.
It's not what I thought it would be.
Right. It's people dancing, music, everyone's sweating, having a good time. And I said, I got to get
into
what?
Tequilas?
They're drinking water. They're dancing so much, they're drinking water. They're so
they're
tired.
drinking water.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're drinking tequilas.
Yeah. We'll get to that.
So I got back home. I was in Colorado Springs, and I said, I'm going to start taking salsa classes.
Oh, it got to you that night.
It got to me, and so I started taking classes here and there. And when I went to the clubs, I loved it. I was meeting beautiful women. I was having a great time.
These beautiful women keep coming up.
They do. So there was a trend going on. So I said, hey, I'm dancing all night long, meeting some great people. And so it just picked up, and it became a passion of mine, along with my passion for the Latin culture, the language, the traveling. And salsa dancing is everywhere. Every city has salsa dancing.
Every city does. I've done salsa dancing. I'm not saying I'm one of the greatest, but I love dancing. I love moving, so I'm fine. Yeah, I love
Go dancing one night.
Yeah, let's do it.
Um,
And he's asked me, like, with those eyes and that face, and I'm trying to look the other way, and now he wants me to go dancing with him. I won.
we're going to go out. We're going to go out.
We're going to go out. Ooh, okay, and tequilas?
And tequila. You like
Okay.
tequila? I love tequila too.
I do.
Okay.
Oh. Okay, let's continue with this.
Okay.
Salsa. Let's get back to...
This passion of mine continued. I traveled. I was stationed in South Carolina, Texas, and I kept dancing salsa, and I grew and grew.
So you found the salsa place. Every place you went, you found where you could
Exactly.
dance.
And it's a small community, but it's so connected and so it's just such a great family environment too.
Of course.
We switch
and
partners.
they love to dance. They love, the Spanish love to dance. They love the colors. They love all this stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a very seductive activity, but it's respectful. Seductive activity. But I'll say it's respectful. So like it's sexy and fun, but we're respectful, and we switch partners. Whether you're married, boyfriend, girlfriend, it's all such a family environment. But it's just
it's more of dancing together,
enjoying
rather
the
than
music.
two people dancing. It's everybody dances, because I know they change partners or they go all together and dance and everything
Right.
else. It becomes kind of a family or a neighborhood affair.
Exactly.
So no one's afraid of anybody or dancing with. It sounds very much like Europe. We're like the same way in Europe. Same way.
And that was the icing on the cake for me with the Latin culture. I said, this is something I love. I love the culture, the music.
But you could also talk to them because you
Speak Spanish. So
he had it made. You were up apart and you had it made. You had all this worked out, didn't you?
It all worked
or whether
out,
you
yeah.
didn't or not, it worked out.
Yep. So from there, I got deployed in Afghanistan in 2019. And in Afghanistan, we have tents.
Oh, you were in Afghanistan.
I was. And so sometimes the morale is low. It's tough. We're busy, a lot of stuff going on. But there was a tent that had country night. They had a country-themed night on Wednesday nights where people would come together and dance country, or two-step.
To relieve the
Exactly.
anticipation of what's going on the next day.
Exactly. So I said, let me start a Latin night and do salsa. So on Thursday nights, I started up a salsa tent in Afghanistan. And this,
Of all places in Afghanistan, this is amazing. You could have done it in Colorado or somewhere, but
I know. And so a lot of people came out. We had a great time. And I was doing some videos of us dancing. And I was practicing with a friend. She was a major at the time. And we were practicing doing dances and teaching the class. And one video got out and went viral. It was, the military dancing salsa, people coming together, enjoying the time during, the tough times.
the tough times, having a moment.
Exactly.
Having a moment in time of dancing and being together and actually communicating together rather than fighting against each other. because that's what it was.
And it was a special moment. The friends I made, I'll never forget. We keep in touch to this
You
day.
keep in touch as well. Are you able to keep in touch with them in Afghanistan? Because I know there's these big problems going on. You must have, when we had this big evacuation, your heart must have been pounding.
I had a lot of friends out there helping out because I had returned before then, but a lot of friends were still there in the evacuation and doing some great things. So it was,
in your realm and who you knew, are they all okay? Are they
everyone's
back?
okay.
Everybody's okay.
Thank God, everyone's okay.
And how do you feel about Afghanistan? The few people left there.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a sad situation.
It is.
I mean, no matter
Whichever
what
way you look at it.
whatever way you look at it,
It's sad for the Afghanistans and sad for the Americans, sad for everybody in a whole.
And I met some great Afghanis when I was there. Even some came to take the salsa class.
Come on, years ago, Afghanistan was one of the most famous places to go to on a vacation. It was one of the most beautiful places to go to. Now look at it. Okay, so now we're back in Vegas doing the salsa.
So after Afghanistan, I got stationed here in Las Vegas, and I had no idea I was going to be stationed in Las Vegas. No idea.
Was that a good surprise?
It was a good surprise. And I said, wow, this is awesome.
This is
There's a lot of salsa dancing, a lot of entertainment. Entertainment capital of the world.
He died and got to heaven.
Yeah. So I came here and I got right into the dance scene.
I'm sure you did. No stops in your way.
And it's been a great experience so far. And I'm teaching classes.
I was going to say, do you teach a class? Is there any special clubs that we can publicize that people can go to do the salsa dancing? Any special ones?
So there's several different studios in town. I don't teach at a studio, but I teach at Park MGM on Thursday nights. It's a free salsa class.
Oh, great.
Salsa from 9:30 to about 10:15, 10:30 at night, every Thursday.
And you said that's at the MGM?
Park MGM at Mama Rabbit.
Park MGM.
At Mama Rabbit, the bar right in there.
At the bar. And that is, we're talking about the hotel MGM.
Park MGM.
Yeah, Park MGM. So I don't want you to think it's like a little club. This is actually the hotel.
Correct.
It's right on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Tropicana.
Correct.
Am I right? Got my geography, right? I think. And so they can go there and it's for free.
Free class, I teach it.
Oh, I'm going to meet you there.
Absolutely.
I'm definitely going to meet you there. And I'm going to, oh, wait a minute. Can't leave Maria out. Maria, she wants to come as well. And I'm sure everybody else in here is going to start salsa. See what you started?
Hey, we're going to get everyone out.
Yeah, get everybody out there. That's amazing. So how can anybody reach you, not obviously for the Air Force, but also for the Air Force, because there might be some young people out there who would like to enroll for the Air Force, and maybe you could help them a little bit of, what they do and what they don't do, and how they can get in there and achieve what you achieved, and also salsa dancing. So how can anybody reach you?
So I'm known as Salsa Josh on social media. So
Salsa Josh?
Salsa Josh. If you look me up on Instagram, YouTube, Salsa Josh. And Instagram, it's Salsa_Josh. It's the first one that pops up. Facebook, Salsa Josh. And that's what my nickname. Sometimes people call me SJ.
SJ.
I know you mentioned J there.
Yes.
SJ or Salsa Josh.
Salsa Josh. Okay, I love the Salsa Josh part. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So up until the tender ages, because I know you're quite young, but we're not going to go into that because then that'll make. Well, just don't go into that. No, don't go there. But an amazing guy, but he has an experience that a lot of you young people out there can still do because he did it. But what he did, he had this vision of what he wanted, right? And you did it, but you worked hard for it. Now, are your mom and dad, your mother and father have got to be very proud of you because I don't know about the salsa part, but they've got to be very proud of you in the Air Force.
They are.
Yeah. What about the salsa part?
They love it too.
Oh, they're
big. They're my biggest supporters and followers, and they love all my videos.
They love everything. And where do they live?
They live in Delaware now.
In Delaware, okay.
Yep. So they moved down to Delaware, kind of outside of Rehoboth Beach, Bethany Beach, in a nice retirement community. My dad's a big golfer. He's golfing. They're doing great.
If you could give a message out there to the younger generation of what you've accomplished to the young people.
Well, I think like you say all the time, pursue your passion. I had no idea that salsa dancing was going to become a passion of mine. And so my recommendation too is to try everything. Try all these different activities. You never know when you're going to find something that you love and can change your life forever. Salsa dancing changed my life absolutely, from the people I've met, the places I've been able to travel to, and the community that I've been able to build, and the people I've met. That would be my biggest recommendation, is try everything, find your passion, and pursue it 100%.
Well, he's very stable with being in the Air Force, so that's a very stable place to be, something he can be in the next 20 years and then get a great retirement, but he has a choice you have a choice of
Right.
what you would like to
Right.
do. That's a
Absolutely.
great position to be in. So any young person out there, because I'm 100% for the younger generation, if ever I can help any of the young people out there, I will do so. So don't forget to get in touch with me. Any young people out there that would like to be on Vegas Live with Ninon, get in touch with Vegas Live with Ninon, and also go to YouTube, subscribe, do all the above and everything else. You have been amazing. You've been a great inspiration
Thank you.
for what you can do out there and what you can achieve. And this is not the entertainment business, the AirForce, but he turned it into the entertainment business with the salsa dancing at the MGM from 9 to 9:15. So you can go there. What was the room again?
Park MGM, Mama Rabbit.
Mama Rabbit.
Mama Rabbit. It's the bar.
It's a bar. Just go there and you can salsa all the time you want. Thank you for watching Vegas Live with Ninon. I will be back with my next guest. Take care.